yeah, yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do achieve, still got something to prove.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. Pulls it in at the 13. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first carry now for Thompson. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down.
A 6-yard.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
The 41-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. From the gun, Huntley. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. That's Darius Leonard, the linebacker who got in and got him to the turf.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The free safety Malik Hooker there in coverage.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Folks, remember this, his first NFL game, a rookie getting playing time here in Week 1, and he comes through with a giant play there, an interception return for, obviously, his first NFL touchdown.
Do you think he dreamed that last night at all? No chance. Not one whatsoever, but he got it done.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Jacksonville.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Back to it after the pick 6. Bridgewater. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback. But as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They'll run on first down. Thompson, he is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yards on the pickup.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark there to make the grab. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Jaguars 14, Colts nothing.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
A gain of 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Third and long for Bridgewater. Open man is Trey Burton. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
D.D. Westbrook on the return. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
13-yard line.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Huntley. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down. Huntley. And he locates Laviska Shenault, the rookie from Colorado. And all the way down to the 35.
That's good.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. 42 yards. How about the rookie in his NFL debut? Looking sharp. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Huntley on the slant. This is Chark. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
1st and 10 at the...
Nice play by DJ Chark there, and he's a great example of how a guy can improve from his rookie year to season 2. Quiet as a rookie, 1,000-yard season last year, ended up becoming a Pro Bowl selection for the Jaguars.
And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Taken down at the 19.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On 3rd down, Huntley. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. They'll turn to Thompson, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Chris Thompson taking it in. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And it is now 21-0.
Good. Makes the score Jaguars 21, Colts nothing.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. He's got Jack Doyle. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
And the Colts first down.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. Blitz coming, and down he goes. 3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out. It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now. They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them. After the sack on first down, Bridgewater, middle of the field to the tight end Doyle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Josh Jones. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series? Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
At the 44-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Jaguars 28, Colts nothing.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And this is the first NFL carry for the Wisconsin Badger, Jonathan Taylor. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
41-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They give it here to Thompson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards there for Jacksonville, and a 1st down as well.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Huntley. That is caught at the 7. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Jaguars.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Chris Thompson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are pouring it on.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. This one into the hands of Burton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
29-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. Third down here.
But coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. It's a big conversion on third for the Colts. 56 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
The ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
To
Paris Campbell there to make the grab. And the Colts are in for 6. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
7-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
1st and 10.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. DJ Chark, first-time Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. To throw again. Huntley. He completes it to Westbrook. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, when the Jaguars wanted to throw the football, they often looked at D.D. Westbrook, who just completed that play there. 101 targets, 66 catches.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Chris Thompson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And this offense continues to pour it on. And his kick is good.
Makes the score Jaguars 42, Colts 7.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On first down, Taylor. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Now here comes Westbrook. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 74 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Off the option, that's complete. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. To throw, Huntley. They're going right back to Westbrook. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars continue to roll.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On second down, Bridgewater again. And that is incomplete.
Bridgewater's pass intended for Jonathan Taylor. Incomplete. It's third down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Bridgewater. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
A gain of 13 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Bridgewater on 1st down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Looking deep for Hilton, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually...
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Is good.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and that will extend this big lead.
7. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's 3rd down.
Brought down at the 18-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 24. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike.
I got him. I got him.
From the gun, Huntley. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Josh Oliver, and that'll bring up second down.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
On second down, it's Thompson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Normally, you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So on fourth down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Lambo is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Watch the whip.
Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater, pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Josh Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Let's not forget, a year ago, this was a last-place team in their division in the National Football League. How quickly the fortunes can turn.
And somewhere, there's a former commissioner smiling down and looking because parity was something he was looking for in this league, and it plays itself out year after year. last to first is not something that's uncommon in the NFL.
Yeah, a season ago, they didn't have one performance like this, but they put it all together in this ballgame. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. The DeForest Buckner using those big hands and getting in there and bringing him down for the sack.
Sack there by DeForest Buckner. Boy, was he big news around the draft in 2020 when the Colts traded their 13th overall pick for him. He absolutely solidifies their defensive front. Great interior pressure that they haven't been able to exhibit in recent seasons.
Now carry. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.